Good evening, students. In this video you will learn some complex WebDynPro application, and in this WebDynPro application we are going to create the navigation between the two web pages. And how we can create this navigation? Firstly, we need two web pages, and on that web pages we can create the button, and by pressing the particular button on the one web page it will jump to the second web page. And on the second web page, when we'll click on that particular button on that web page, then it will jump back to you the previous web page. So by this kind of application we can also create in WebDynPro applications components. So as I have already discussed, the WebDynPro application component contains three main components, and the first one is the views. There is also called main views, second is main window, and third one is component controller. So let us start by making this application. So go to SCAT. It will open the object navigator. Now we need to select here the by listing WebDynPro components, and then we need to define here our new WebDynPro component. So in my case I am going to create ZNavigate. Now we are going to create ZNavigate. So press enter. It will ask to create an object. Now give the description. This is our navigation application, and then we need to define the main window name. So in my case the main window name is main underscore window. So the first view we are going to create, and in my case I am going to create input underscore view. Now click create button. It will ask the package. Just select the package name and click on the save button. So you can see we have three components. The first one is component controller, second is views, and third one is windows. In this case we have created input underscore view, and second is windows. In this case window we have the main underscore window. Now just double click on it, input underscore view. So it will open a view properties, and you can see these are view properties: layout, inbound plug, outbound plug, contacts, and attributes. Similarly you can also create the another view. Just right click on the views button and then click on the create. So we are going here to create another view, that means another web page. So this is our out view, and then press OK. So we have created here the two views. Just click on the save button. It will show you input underscore view and output underscore view. Now go to this first input underscore view. We need to create here the button, and for creation of this button again we need to select the main root node, and this root node is root UI element container. It will contain the number of elements. Just right click on it and click the insert element. In my case insert element. So this is our out. So when we will click on this particular button, it will jump to the second web page. So this is our out button, is our ID. So we need to select the type, and the type is our button, and then OK. So a button has been created. You can see this is button. We need to set the properties. Just down this properties, and you can give the text here. So in this, go to the text, and I am giving here the text. Go to second page. Click on the save button. Now just double click on the output underscore view. Again we need to create the another button on the second web page, second view. So again select the root UI element container, root node, right click on it and insert element. So this is our another one. So we can also give here the second, and the type is button. So you can select from the list also. I am going to select here the button. This is button, and then press OK. So another button we have created. We need to set the properties. just select the properties, give the text, go to first page. Now just click on the save button. So two views we have been created, and now double click on this main window, and you can also see the view here. This is main window, this is input view. We need to include another view is so output view. Just drag drop in it. Now it becomes the part of the main window. So main window contains a number of views. So number of views in my case is two views, input underscore view, and second is output underscore view. So default view is input underscore view. After setting this one, we need to jump by pressing the buttons. So we have some plugs are there, and two plugs are there, inbound plug and outbound plug. So just go to this outbound plug and give the plugging name. So in this plug name I am going to give, so this is our first input underscore out. So description we can give input view plug. Similarly we can also give the inbound plug. So this is input underscore in, and this is our input in plug. Click on the save button and go to output underscore view. Similarly we can also create the outbound plug. So this is our out underscore out plug. So we can give the name here. So this is our out plug. Similarly inbound plug we can take here, this is our output view, so out underscore in. So this is our out in plug. Now click on the save button. So we have created the inbound and outbound plugs of both of the views. You can see also in this main window. Just double click on it, and after opening this input view you can see these are the two plugs of the input view, in and out. Similarly for this output view we have two plugs, out underscore in and out underscore out plug. Now we need to navigate it. We need to show the navigation in between these two views. So how we can do show that with the help of this drag and drop. So when the user will click on this particular event input underscore out plug, the second web page should be open. So just drag and drop onto this input underscore in, so that we are going to linking these inbound and outbound plug. Similarly in case of output view, when the user press the button go to first page, so this output plug should move on to the first input view. So just drag and drop onto the input underscore in, and then press OK. Now we have defined the navigation in between the views. So navigation has been set, but we have not defined on what action it should move on to the second page and from second to first page. We just want to set this particular with the help of button. So first of all we see this button here onto this view. This is input underscore view, and you can see this is go to the second page. So on pressing on this second page button, go to second page button, it should move on to the second web page. So we need to set the property again. So by some action it will move on to this one. So just select here the events, and event name is on action. The button has only one event, that is on action. On action means that when user will press, that means an action is being performed. So we need to select the on action. Just select from this one. When you will click on it, it will ask the action and it will ask the outbound plug. So outbound plug of what? Outbound plug of this current view. So you can select this outbound plug from this one list. So it will show you the only one. This is input underscore out. So action you can give. Action means you can give go to second page. So this kind of action you can give here, and you just give here go underscore second, and then press OK. So similarly, when you will click on the button, of the second web page, that means second view, and you can see this is the web page. Go to first page. So when you will click on it, it should move on to the first page. So again, select the properties and go to the events and select the on action. So in this case, outbound plug, select out underscore plug, and you can give the action here. So go underscore first. You can also give the description here, just OK, press the OK button. So we have set the navigation in between the views, as well as we have set the action on the buttons. Now we need to check for the syntax error. Just right click on it and check for the syntax. So no error were found, and just right click on it and then activate our WebDynPro component. So it is in editing mode. Just disable this editing mode. Now right click on it and then activate it. After activation of this WebDynPro component, you need to create application. Just right click on it and then create, and then WebDynPro application. So application is ZNavigate, description is navigate application, and just press OK and click on the save button. Select the package, check for the errors, and then execute it. So it will open the web browser. On this web browser, you can see, just click on the login. It will ask the user, this is PC user, and then press OK. So when you will click on it, it will open a web browser with the first web page, or you can say it is a first view, and if there is a button, go to second page. So by clicking on this button, go to second page, it will move on to the second view, or you can say second web page. There is another button, go to first page. So just clicking on it, it will move on to the first page. Go to second, go to first page. So this was an application, WebDyn application. By this way, you are moving on to from one web page to another web page. So this one element we have created, that is button. So number of elements you can also create on this particular web page. So this was an example, a complex example of navigation between the WebDynPro. So just go to the input underscore view. If you want to add some more elements, just click on the display or change. And you can also add more elements onto this view. Just right click on root UI underscore element and then insert element. Suppose this is, we are going to create here input box. So you can also create, first of all, label. If you want to create, just give the label. Just select it, name, so by double click on it, you can set the property here. So this is the label. So this is the label, and then you are going to give the text here. Text is name. Let's click on the save button. You have created the name here. Similarly, if you want to create the text box, just click on the insert input box you want to create. Just give the input, and you can select here checkbox you can create, checkbox group you can create. So file upload you can create, Gantt chart, icon, image if you want to upload image, label, legend, link choice, menu bar, panel you can also create, radio button you can also create, tab shape, table. So all of these you can create. Suppose we are going to create a particular input field. So this is input field and then select it. So it will create an input field here. Just write to the name. So similarly, if you want to create another element on this view, just click on this insert element. So this is our, suppose, file upload file. So just you can select here file, upload or download. And this is file upload. Select it. So you can see that a browse button has been appeared here. You can also set the properties. Just click on the save button, check for the errors, and we need to set the property value of the element input must be mount. So you can set the properties of the value. Just select it, this input, and then we need to set the property. This is the value. So if you want to take the value from the user, you need to create a node here. This is a context node. Just right click on it and then create node, and node name is our name because we are getting the name from the user. Just press OK. So just right click on it and create the node name. Just click on the back and go to SCAT again. Select our views. So this is our input underscore view, and yeah, this is the context menu, and in this context you can select the particular nodes here. So this is our context. So just if you want to add node here, just right click on the context and then create and then node. So you can create these nodes and all of these for getting the input from the user. Go to then right click on it, then create and then node. Suppose this is node name is name, and input element, and then coordinate we have set, and then OK. So we have created the name. Just right click on it. In this name you can create the attribute. So this is one attribute. We are giving the attribute is name again. Client underscore name you can give, and the type you can give. Suppose type in particular type refer to. So we want to get here the type is string type. Just select it. So you can give here the type string, and select the properties read only OK, and then press OK. So we have created the node here. Just click on the save button. Now go back to the input underscore view, and in this layout, go to the name here, select the property here, and then select property. Just we have given the text here. So go to this particular input field. So because we want to take the input and we need to specify the which kind of input we are getting. We are getting the name as a string, so we need to set the property here. So go to this one. uh, you can also set the read only property, text direction, tooltip, visible, width, event on entering what event is should be performed, and then value. Just select it. So you can select here the client name and then OK. Now click on the save button, and now input view has been set. Just right click on, just navigate and check for the syntax. Property data of the element file doesn't contain a value, so we need to also specify this particular input for this one. So just click on it and go to the properties. We need to set here the data because we need to upload the file, so just select it. So again you can also give the context name and then select and then click on the save button. Just right click on the jet navigate and then check for the syntax. Another is tooltip. We should give the tooltip or label we need to set here for the input as well as the file. So these are some information. These are not the kind of errors. So you can also give the tooltip here. So for the input, just go there and in this property you will see the tooltip here. You can give the tooltip. So this is tooltip client name. Just select it. Similarly for the another element, you can set for the file. Just file and go to this one and you can select the tooltip. So this is our tooltip. You can select client name and then press OK and then click on the save button. Just right click on it and check for the syntax. Just go back, just right click and check for the syntax. So no error found. Make it in the non-editable form and just right click on it and then activate it. So we have activated our WebDynPro component and we have already created the WebDynPro application. So we no need to be create another application. Just double click on it, check for the errors and then execute it. So it will ask the username and password. Just click on the logon and giving the username. This is username and this is password. When you will click on it, it will open the web page, first view or first web page on which we have created the button here. So this is go to second page and this is the name. You can give names, suppose it can take only the string type. So this is string type. You can also browse button for uploading the file. So just you can double click on it and you can also upload some file there and again go to the second page. So by this way you can create your web pages by using the WebDynPro application. So this was a complex example of creating the WebDynPro application in which we have studied about the three components: context, inbound plug, outbound plug, views, main windows, and the properties of the root elements, how we can create these root elements and so on. So thank you so much for watching my videos. If you really like my videos, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel.